Hi, my name is Jason, and I'm a bodybuilder. So what's bodybuilding all about? Some see bodybuilding as time wasted by the self-absorbed in order to make themselves look better or be better than others. But I'm here to show you how bodybuilding is going to improve your life by boosting your health, your happiness, and your productivity. So come on, what do you have to lose? Come follow me and I'll show you what bodybuilding's all about. 9 years ago, I started commuting to Charlotte, North Carolina from my parents' home to work on the golf course. I started school in turf grass management in the Concord area, university area, Central Piedmont Community College, the Cato campus, and I didn't plan on working on a golf course. I planned on doing landscaping, but when I got in school and realized golf course was like the highest form of turf grass, and I love to play golf already, I was pretty interested. So that's what brought me to Charlotte, North Carolina. And I remember when I worked that first job, it was my first full-time job, and we started at 6 a.m. and I was always an early person. I would get to work at 5:30 because I had a 45-minute drive and I didn't want to be late. I never wanted to be late. And I remember coming down this very road and I saw people out at 5:15, 5:20 with headlamps jogging in the dark. They did it in the summer, they did it in the winter, they did it in the bitter cold. And I thought, man, how do these people do that? It's insane. And I guarantee all those people get up and run and then go to work. Now, look at me now. I'm getting up at 3:30, doing my cardio and my stretching. If you want to do a competition prep, that's great. I'd stand behind you. I'd give you any advice I could. But if you asked me for my diet and said, hey, can I have your diet? I'm going to do it. I'll give it to you gladly. I don't care. You can have it. But I don't think you can keep up with it. Not if you're the type of person who just eats what you want and eats when you want. You're not going to be able to do it. And that's fine. You got to establish the goal, and then you got to start doing the research and find out what steps you need to take to get to the goal. For me, I knew a lot, but I didn't know it all, so I hired a coach, and he coached me, and he changed my eating habits, he changed my gym habits, he helped me so much, and now I'm doing this alone, and I'm trying to teach you guys what it takes and how to do it, and that holds me accountable, because I need accountability. It's hard to do this stuff, but you gotta love the process. So just like I said, I was in the gym this morning doing some light stuff, and I'm gonna be in the gym this afternoon, and I'm grateful that I can. And I'm grateful that I don't have more responsibility or children that hold me back from that. Granted, I want children. That's my number one goal, but it's not on the goal list because certain things have to be done before. That's the way I want to do it, at least. But yeah, for Jessica and myself, having kids is the top priority. We think that as people, that's our top priority. I mean, that's why we're here. And we want to fulfill that, but there's certain things that come first. So I'm treating it just like my goal here, I'm laying the groundwork for preparing preparing a home and a mindset that's suitable to raise children. What's up, guys? So today I'm about to have my meal 4, pre-workout meal. Getting pretty irritable. I just went to the grocery store and just, trying to get around people on a Saturday. You know how it is. So I'm very hungry, ready to go. I had my meal 3 a little bit late because I was doing some stuff on the golf course this morning a little later than usual. So this one's a little bit late as well. But yeah, I'm having a cheat day. And in the past, I've done things like going to Wendy's, going to Cookout, and I watched a video in the last year from a guy, I can't think of his name, but he does a lot of good stuff with food. And he was talking about just how bad some fast food is and how high the calories are. It's ridiculous. I mean, they're packing trans fats in there, which are the bad fats, because trans fats raise your bad cholesterol and actually lower your good cholesterol. So, and these things are really manipulated. So basically, the food is just like a drug. That's why it tastes so good and it's so addictive and so appealing. So what I'm gonna do, burger and fries from fast food is like a typical bodybuilding cheat meal, like a Five Guys. And some of those burger joints, they're not as bad. They don't have as much trans fats in the meat. The meat's pretty good. I'm pretty sure that video he was even saying that McDonald's, like their patties are pretty good. But for me, if I go to McDonald's, I mean, I'm gonna have to add like 4 patties on there to like get a decent piece of protein. And that's usually how it is with those places as well. It's like, you get this mass of food and yeah, it costs $13 to $15 that you're spending at McDonald's, but it's mostly just carb and a bunch of trans fat. So what I'm gonna do is make my own burgers. I have these bagels that I'm not gonna use anymore. I'm not eating them in my diet. So I'm gonna use 2 of those. I got a pound of beef. We're about to go in on 2 fat burgers, onion, tomato, jalapeno. I got 2 Chick-fil-A sauces here. I don't keep any ketchup or anything in the house. I grabbed these from work. I was gonna get some ketchup, but they only have 1 pack. So then I was like, well, I'll just get these 2. So let's get it going. Alright, so pan was pretty dry. I went ahead and just threw them in there. I just wanted to break them loose so they didn't completely stick, but it didn't need any oil. There's so much oil and fat in there. This is 80-20 beef. I wanted something that was gonna stick together, and I wanted a cheat meal. So that's what we got. Now I'll go ahead and get my 2 bagels and get them in the oven toasting. Yeah, so another reason I enjoy this meal is pretty easy to make and pretty quick. The burgers are going to take the longest just because they're so thick. I mean, those are some big burgers. So I was at like a 3rd heat. Now I'm at medium, so cranking it up a little bit. And I usually don't do it, but I'm just gonna throw these in the grease there and cook them up as well here towards the end. All right, so garlic, put garlic on the bagels, garlic on the burger, cayenne on the burger, and the onions, and then pink salt, uh, Himalayan pink salt. You know, I use a lot of salt right now because when you start eating fairly clean and you're losing a lot of weight, you know, you're eating so much clean food that you're not getting nearly as much sodium as you're used to. So you really do need to add some in. And then, you know, a week out, 2 weeks out from the show, I'll start cutting down sodium at that point because sodium holds water and I'll want to dry out, you know, reduce the water in my body as much as I can. I'm still trying to figure out my final peak week process. So yeah, I don't know, week out, week and a half out, something like that. All right, you're probably thinking this is a mistake. That is a huge burger and 2 of them. You're crazy. I know from cheat meals in the past during preps that I've literally got to manage my expectations because this right here is it's not gonna top me off. I mean, I think I've got enough strength to walk away, like if I get full before I finish it. But I think this might get me like 8 out of 10, but probably only like 7. So I'm probably gonna get the macros for all this and put it up for you. If I do, it'll be at this time. All right, so I'm gonna tidy up a little bit and then take it to the couch and we'll go from there. All right, so this is kind of big. So I'm gonna start with the 1 and go from there. I'm gonna watch some TV, just eat this, try to chip away at it slowly. That's another thing, you know, I plan on enjoying it. So yeah, I'm gonna take it slow and try to enjoy it. But yeah, this is what I do a lot of times is I'll watch some TV or, you know, usually just YouTube. But if I'm gonna watch something, then I'll do it like while I eat, and I'll try not to watch anything else. You know, sometimes I'll listen to a podcast or something when I'm getting something done. But I mean, there's just not much value in sitting around watching Netflix and stuff, in my opinion. All right, here we go. All right, that was pretty filling. I'm surprised. I'm still gonna eat some more, but I just want to stop and talk. So, you know, why am I doing a cheat meal today? Well, I've been watching my weight really closely, taking pictures every morning from the front, from the side, from the back, all relaxed, and then flex from the front, flex from the side, flex from the back, flex from the other side. So I know what I look like. I know what my weight's been doing. My weight was held up at 190, and then this week, well, in the past week, I went from 191 down to 187. So that's a lot of weight loss in 1 week this deep in a prep. I'm 1 month out now, more or less. Today's September 2nd. So yesterday I was, all of September away. It's October the 1st. So I always wanted to try to play around. Usually with a cheat meal, you're trying to see what it's going to do to your body. That's important because at the end, when you do your peak week, you're basically going to limit carbs, try to lean out completely, and get your body flat with no water, and then start adding in a lot of carbs, carb loading, and going from there. So last weekend I tried that. I tried like 3 low days and then 3 high days, and finished with a cheat on the last day, where recently a pretty well-known coach I heard likes to use Chick-fil-A waffle fries for carb ups. So I was like, oh, I'll try that. So I tried that last weekend, 2 large waffle fries and then 2 Chick-fil-A sauces. But the problem is, it's pretty funny, my show is going to be on a Sunday. So unless we buy Chick-fil-A waffle fries the night before and eat them cold, which doesn't sound very good, we're not going to do that. So I'm back to, I was thinking about a burger, but then I was like, well, this is better that, I can make my own burger. So I might do this. We'll see how it goes. But another reason I need a cheat meal is because, so this week got a little tough. It was my hardest week of prep thus far. There was a lot of stuff going on in my life, more or less, and I was really like bipolar, kind of up and down with my mood, and so there's a little bit of conflict with my wife, maybe a little bit of conflict at work and stuff like that. So it was just a rough week, and I started to get less sleep. I was super productive, almost in a little crazy way. I just was really interested in making content, and really learned a lot this week about making content. But at the same time, I did that at the expense of sleep. And I also started drinking a coffee every morning, which was just like a double shot of espresso throughout the morning. But I haven't been using caffeine in the morning in so long that I believe that my pre-workout wasn't working for my workouts later on in the day, because I had already, blew that caffeine in the morning. So I'm trying to get back away from that. And my workouts have been really bad this week. I've been really flat. I can't get a pump. I can't get my blood to move. When I was starting this prep, I would walk 5 minutes on the treadmill to start my workout, and I would have 6% incline and 3.2 to 3.5 miles per hour. By the end of 5 minutes, my heart rate would be like 127, 130. But now, since I've lost all this weight, a few weeks ago, I was having to start to run at like 2.5 minutes, jog, to get my heart rate up that high. And then this week, it just wouldn't hardly even get up that high. And the way I train, I'll do a set, and then I'll watch my heart rate, and when it drops down to 100 or just below, boom, I'll go another set. But right now, most of this week, I do a set, and it's like no time, it's down to 89. I think it's pretty typical when you get lean and you get conditioned like this, that your heart rate goes down, way down, as if you were a marathon runner or something like that. That's just kind of how it goes. But, if you yourself are not getting pumps in the gym, your blood flow's not good, you're not, the muscles, you're working your arms and you can't even tell your arm's not like blowing up at all.
some things you can do are make sure you're hydrated. So that's always a big thing. I always find I work outside on the golf course. If I'm not nailing my water all day long, then I'm gonna have trouble getting that pump in the gym. But that just wasn't the case this week. I mean, I'm drinking my water very good. I think when you diet and you are hungry most of the day, it's nice to drink water. It kind of helps out a lot. So I'm definitely used to that, drinking tons of water. It's not that. Um, so I got legs today. I have legs today. It's Saturday, and I need a good workout. So I'm gonna eat this cheat meal. Then I'm actually gonna sleep a little bit, nap a little bit, because when you get in a prep like this, your body just gets tired, especially if you're lacking sleep. You really need to be getting more sleep than normal. Like 9 hours probably would be best, but I've been getting like 6, maybe. Uh, and it's surprising that my body's done as well as it has with that, but I think it's starting to tell on me with the workouts. So I just got to listen to my body and start getting more sleep this week, putting less emphasis on content. So you just gotta, on a week to week basis, see what inputs you're putting in and what you're getting out and what you need to work on. And I'm getting a lot better at that. I remember when I first started working with a coach, he'd say, "Oh, which meal do you feel most tired after?" and stuff like that. And I'm just like, I don't know. So you really got to start paying attention to things like that if you want to perform at your highest level. So I'm going to stop it and eat what I'm going to eat, and then I'll just show you what I don't eat if that's the case. And I'm going to do a little walk the dog, because it is bad to, eat a bunch of food and then go straight to sleep. That's a good way to store all of that as fat. It would be ideal if I was, going to the gym in an hour, but it's going to be later. So that's the plan.
Yep. Outside. Going for a little walk. I always complain about walking Belle because I say she doesn't know how to walk. She can't walk down a sidewalk like a lot of dogs, that's for sure. She walks around the outskirts of the property because she enjoys smelling things, of course, as a beagle would. But she's pretty cute, so we keep her around, put up with her. She puts up with us some. Oh yeah. All right, I'm back. I had a 50-minute nap, and I actually do feel a lot better. But as far as earlier for the cheat meal, I didn't finish it all. I was going to finish it all, and I was getting pretty full, and I was like, this is really gonna stuff me if I eat it all. And then so of course I was like, well, do I have the will to walk away from it like I said I might, if I needed to, because I felt like I needed to. But I still don't even think I was like 7 out of 10 full, but I was starting to get pretty full. And so let's see what we got here. It's about almost a third of one of the burgers. So I'm pretty proud of myself that I walked away from it and didn't eat it all, because at this point, what I'm also worried about is stretching out my stomach. What they say is if you binge and, eat like that all the time,
where you're 10 out of 10 stuffed, it's uncomfortable. That's going to stretch out your stomach and it's going to change your body. So now that I'm dieting down for a show, I definitely don't want to do that. So I'm really glad I could do that, but it's all part of part of the success is having a plan, because when I was getting full, like I said, and before I stopped, I was thinking, well, I'm not going to waste it. So what, I'm going to stop and throw it away? Or no, I'm not going to stop and then eat it later. So yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm going to stop and eat it later, because I'm going to take this quick nap and then I'm going to be going to the gym anyways. And I'm going to need my pre-workout meal then, or something to eat, you know. So here we go, 1/3 of it, pre-workout meal. So I had a plan, I was able to stick to it. So yeah, it was good. Just know your intentions.
This is the type of stuff that has made this prep a lot better for me. Being able to enjoy the simple things like this sunset here. I'm usually not here at the gym this late. I'm finishing up. I'm usually getting in here at 3:34, but right now it's almost 8:15. I just wanted to step outside and capture this, man. I've got a lot of gratitude during this prep, and it has helped me so much. I've still got 2 sets of abs in there, but that cheat meal earlier really saved me on this leg workout. I've had a really good lift in there. I've been able to hit all my weights from last week, and I think even go up on some of them. So yeah, things are good. I'm gonna finish up and then get home, finish my meals, and get to bed. Good morning, guys. It's September 3rd. I wanted to tell you a little bit about my morning routine. Right now, I am doing my progress photos first thing, before I've had anything to drink or anything like that. My mouth does get really dry, so I start to chew some gum while I do that. And then I get down here to the apartment gym as fast as I can. I've usually been getting like an earlier start. So I got down here at 3:45 today. So then I'm gonna do 25 minutes. So 4:10, then I do a little bit of stretching and a little bit of posing. And then I get back up to my place for breakfast and then leave 5:15-ish to be at work at 5:30. I work every third weekend, so this is my weekend. So I am working, but that's not always the case. My body is starting to feel a little bit beat up. I've got this nagging injury in my upper back, into my neck, that kind of fired up while I was working legs yesterday. So that's kind of how it is during a prep. You have to be careful. A lot of people say you gotta work harder than you had been working in the off season, but I'd say you've got to really manage injury and be careful. That kind of happened to me in my last prep as well. So, you know, your recovery is not as quick because you're not putting as much food in. So you can expect that to be the case. So I wanted to talk just a little bit about my morning routine. Like I said, when I hit the treadmill down here, the first thing I'm doing now is reading through my goals list. Reading through my goals list that shows me what I gotta worry about today and what I should really be thinking about and planning and visualizing with my free time. And then I just started last night also reading the goals last thing before I go to bed, pretty much last thing. So kind of the same thing. Hopefully you can visualize those goals in your sleep as well. So I'm gonna finish up the cardio here. It's time for some posing. This is it. This is the real deal. You're back behind the curtain. Did you do the work? Did you skip the workouts?
did you diet? How many cheat meals did you have? You bring the confidence. All eyes on you. Judges are watching everything. Don't let your stomach slip. Keep it tight. Are you lean enough? How's your symmetry? Did you do the work or didn't you? This is your chance. Let's see it. Moving too slow. To the left, let's go. There we go. Let's work. Lock it in. Big smile. Confidence. Back to the front. All right, that's it. Give them a wave. Get out of here. I'm back here at the apartment for my meal number 1. Today is Sunday and I do not work out. I've got my 5 sessions in for the week already. So this is an off day and that means low carb. My weight is still moving in a positive direction. So there may be another adjustment to that this afternoon. I'll keep you up to date on that. Today, I'm very grateful for this double shot of espresso because I still haven't had much time to catch up on sleep. I don't like to rely on that if I don't have to, but I don't mind drinking a little bit of black coffee here and there. I'm not gonna drink that straight. I've got my normal concoction right here that I drink with my breakfast, and this is my second 24 ounces of water, and it is 450-ish. I'm gonna drink that, and then I'm going to put some ice in there, fill it about halfway with water, and then I'm gonna dump the espresso in on top of that and sip on that throughout the morning. So yesterday I didn't have the espresso because I wanted to save my caffeine and make sure it worked well for my leg workout, and that worked out very well. But like I said, today I'm not training, so I'm gonna use that caffeine to get me through the morning and then hopefully get things done today and get to sleep at a reasonable time. I noticed you can't exactly see the breakfast, so here, this is my meal number 1. Today, low carb, so that means just the 1 piece of bread. High carb, I would be 3 pieces. What's up, guys? It's 7:20 p.m. on Sunday still. I haven't done much vlogging for the day, nothing since this morning. I've stayed pretty busy. I went to work this morning and worked pretty hard to get the golf course set up. It's Labor Day weekend, tomorrow's Labor Day, so a lot of golfers out, busy weekend, a lot to set up for, a little bit of pressure this morning, a little more rush than usual. So then, came home, got some stuff done around the house, really needed to do some cleaning, some meal prep, some laundry, did some of that stuff. I need to do more meal prep, but I figured I would show you my meal number 5. So for this prep, I've been doing this meal number 5, 6 ounces of whitefish, about 100 grams of asparagus, and then this is a good meal in the evening because it doesn't have many carbs. So, you don't want to have many carbs in the evening because you don't need much energy in the evening when you're trying to lose weight. You're pretty much done with the energy you need for the day. So you just want to eat something light that your body isn't going to store as fat. What I've done this prep, so for my first prep, I basically ate the same meal except I did salmon. So I tried whitefish this time, cod, because it should be a little bit leaner, not nearly as much fat in it, and so just a better, cleaner meat to eat. And then I've thrown in some things, so rather than throwing some sauce in here, I do this sauerkraut, I've got some jalapenos, I got some green olives, And then this is kimchi, fermented cabbage. It's actually like a live probiotic. Sauerkraut is also fermented cabbage. You know, both of these have a little bit of protein. All this stuff has a lot of sodium. So, you know, when it comes down to peak week, right before the show, I plan on cutting this stuff. But for now, it fills me up a little bit more, helps me enjoy the meal. So let's talk a little bit about yesterday. So I had the cheat meal. I did the math on it roughly. I still don't have it completely figured out, but that meal was about 2,000 calories. So if you remember, I ate about a little over 3/4 of it, you know, a little over 1.5 of the burgers, and then I took a nap, and then I got up, ate the rest of it, and then went to the gym. Had a great workout, really needed that. So then this morning, first thing, I get up, I get on the scale, I weigh less than yesterday. So one thing that happened yesterday was I got a little bit late on my meals, and so like I said, you know, this is typically my meal 5, this fish and asparagus. But when I train, I'll usually have my pre-workout meal, and then I'll come home and I'll eat my last meal, which is just protein shake, rice cake, and some almond butter. I'll eat that just because it's easier to prepare, and I can go ahead and hit that protein window right when I get home from the gym, getting that protein in. I'm not waiting to cook this white fish. You know, that meal is really easy to throw together. So yesterday, I was a little bit late on my meal, so when I got done at the gym, because I had taken that nap, it was like 8:30. So I needed to get into bed as soon as I could. So I skipped this fish meal because I was like, look man, I ate a whole pound of hamburger, so I should be all right on my protein. And then what happens this morning, I hop on the scale and I weigh less than yesterday after the cheat meal. So it's definitely got something to do with it, missing that meal, but I'm still not too concerned about the protein I may have missed. I don't think I really did, because like I said, I got all that hamburger meat. But yeah, and then so I worked really hard this morning. I burned a lot of calories at work, and then I came home and I was probably starting to get a little dehydrated, but I got on the scale again and I weighed less than this morning. So then today is low carb day because I'm not training. So I was like, all right, I need to eat a little bit more because I don't need to be losing this much weight in this short of a period of time. So when I got home and had my chicken and rice and broccoli meal, I threw, you know, some Chick-fil-A sauce in there. And then actually this morning, I knew I was going to be working hard out there on the golf course. And between my second and third meal, I ate 2 Rice Krispie treats because they're good just to burn for energy, you know, a little simple carb, and some sugar, you know, keep you going. Because when I was glad I did that, because as I was going through the morning and doing my job, it was a lot. Like I was getting close to like hypocaloric, like, you know, not feeling good, feeling kind of weak, starting to get a little headache. So yeah, I threw those in, and then when I came home and had my chicken and rice and broccoli meal, I actually had more rice than I usually have as well. And then I threw like this hydration drink in that has some sugar in it and made sure I got hydrated again. And then, yeah, took a nap to try to catch up on some sleep. And hopefully I'll get to bed at a reasonable time tonight, but haven't done much filming today. So, and there hasn't been a whole lot going on. I haven't been in the gym. So yeah, throw this in there, let you see this. I'm gonna eat this as my meal 5 today because I'm not training, and then later I'm gonna have that rice cake and almond butter and protein shake and call it a night. And just like that, 9 o'clock, just finished my chicken. Time just gets away from me. 1 pound, 12 ounces. I use 10 ounces a day, so 16 plus 12, 28. So yeah, I get almost 3 days out of that. Thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe, and feel free to reach out to me on Instagram. My handle's here at the bottom. This is a shout out to 2 special supporters who helped me along the way creating this video.